All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking real music in real time for real people just like you and just like me. All right, death, and even more death in the world of classic rock and classic entertainment, classic television. We'll start off with Barrett Strong. What a great songwriter. Sang the song Money, originally had the credit for the songwriting on Money, and then they flipped it over to, I think Berry Gordy got credit for it. But the Beatles covered it. Everybody covered it. Money, That's What I Want became the first hit single for the new Motown Records complex in 1960. Barrett Strong has died at the age of 80 years old, or I'm sorry, 81 years old. Details on cause and place of death have not been announced. Okay, just gonna leave that there, not say anything. Recorded in late 1959, the song actually appeared on Gordy's Tamla label. The single's brisk sales gave the businessman the impetus and capital he needed to continue releasing recordings from the company's headquarters in Detroit. Think of that. So you could say Barrett Strong helped start Motown and built the foundation for which other things were built upon. In fact, Barrett himself was a prolific songwriter along with Norman Whitfield. I mean, these songs, to say they're legendary just doesn't do it any justice because it's way better than legendary. Here are some of the songs that he co-wrote with Norman Whitfield. I Heard It Through the Grapevine. Edwin Starr's War, a song, by the way, that I think they've banned from radio because it frowns upon the idea of war. It says, what is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Amen to that. Undisputed Truths, Smiling Faces, Sometimes, which is a controversial song, but a very important song. And then more soul classics by the Temptations, including Papa Was a Rolling Stone, which won the Grammy for Best R&B Song in 1973. Cloud 9, I Can't Get Next to You. I mean, we're in the psychedelic era of the Temptations, which is just such a good time to be a fan of that band. Ball of Confusion, amazing song. Later covered by Love and Rockets in the 80s. Psychedelic Shack and Just My Imagination, which actually became a #1 song for the Temptations and then was covered by the Rolling Stones. So Barrett Strong, man, he was a strong songwriter. He's dead at 81, and you probably wouldn't have had Motown without Barrett Strong. Next on the unfortunate circumstances list here is Floyd Sneed. He's the drummer, or was the drummer, with Three Dog Night. He had a remarkable run of singles in the late 60s and 70s. And by the way, these are people and bands that are slowly going away, all right? Because you're looking at 50 years ago now. And the focus testing includes ageism because people say, well, there's nobody here to listen to this music anymore. Our demographic is dying off. And proof here is the people that perform these songs are no longer here, and they're leaving planet Earth at a pretty quick pace. Floyd Sneed, who was a great drummer, by the way. If you go watch some footage of old Three Dog Night, you're going to see Floyd Sneed back there, and he's got his own thing going on back there. Floyd broke many barriers, both musically and culturally. He was 80 years old at the time of his passing. No cause of death was given. All right, so both himself and Barrett Strong, no cause of death. I know, 80 and 81. I get it, but anyway, it says here from the band On probably Facebook, they described Sneed as an absolutely wonderful human being, a complete original, and a sweetheart of a man. He was also an extraordinary and unique drummer who brought so much to Three Dog Night's sound. And a lot of times people say arbitrary things, or they say perfunctory things. In this case, they've got this guy, Floyd, to a T. Floyd Sneed was just a great drummer. He will definitely be missed. So that's a big loss. And then the trifecta of unfortunate circumstances, Lisa Loring, who was Wednesday Addams on TV's Addams Family, has died at age 64. She was the child actress who played Wednesday Addams on the 1960s TV sitcom The Addams Family. She was the little girl in pigtails. The news of her passing at age 64 was shared on Facebook by her friend Lori Jacobson, who indicated that the actress had suffered a massive stroke 4 days earlier, brought on by, well, it says here, smoking and high blood pressure. All right, she was 64. Jacobson noted that Loring had been on life support for 3 days. Yesterday, her family made the decision to remove it, and she passed last night. Okay. She is embedded in the tapestry that is pop culture and in our hearts always. Beautiful, kind, a loving mother, Lisa's legacy in the world of entertainment is huge, and the legacy for her friends and family, a wealth of humor, affection, and love will long play in our memories. R.I.P. Lisa, you were a ton of fun. So that era, you had Three Dog Night, Temptations, classic television. I get it. This is an era, unfortunately, that is going to whatever awaits them on the other side. And obviously, our thoughts and prayers go out to everybody here. But it just feels like an epidemic of this to me. It just feels like, and you say, okay, one was 80, one was 81, the other one was a smoker, right? Smoker with high blood pressure. So, duh, Dave, right? You know what? No matter how many times you say that to me, I'm still thinking in the back of my mind, I'm like, I wonder if they did something in addition to what's going on here. And, you know, for instance, I can go to Naples, Florida on any given day here in the beautiful state of Florida where I live, and I see a ton of people who are at least 80 years old, some of whom I don't know are 80 because they don't look 80. They're walking around, they're enjoying life, and I don't know. I don't exactly know what the mean age is, like the average age is in Naples, but I'm thinking it's way above where the rest of the country is. And you can say that about places like Port Charlotte and Punta Gorda in Florida. They all have kind of this aging population. And I'm not saying people aren't dying at the same rate or anything like that, but maybe because they're not celebrities, you're not going to notice it like you will in the entertainment world. It's just kind of something to think about, people. And, you know, both of the 80 and 81 examples here, where no cause was given, people say, shut up, privacy, leave them alone. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. This is designed, by the way, in a way to make it very difficult. If you're on the other side of me and you're saying you're an idiot, because you're just an idiot and you're just talking nonsense, so shut up. All right. This whole thing has made it impossible to ask the questions. So maybe I am an idiot, but maybe somebody should find out for real if all of these circumstances are just coincidences or whatever they're calling it now. Had a medical coincidence the other day. Okay, you're a smoker. You had high blood pressure. Yeah. So was my mom, lived to 76, and my dad, who lived to 91. I don't know. I'm just saying. 76. She lived less time than, yeah, she also had rheumatoid arthritis and a whole bunch of other problems. And she was over medicated probably for 40 years. Okay. So again, you don't know the circumstances completely. And we don't know the circumstances here. But it just looks very weird. Now, this isn't like the 25-year-old football player that, decided to check out on Friday that nobody really talked about. Nah, we're not going to Google 25-year-old football player. I think he played like 6 games last year or something like that. He's not here anymore. He's not here anymore. This isn't good news, people. This is really disturbing. And all of this, where the people are of a certain age, and yeah, you just expect it. Again, we used to be a world that strived for longer life expectancy, better quality of life. Now we're kind of like, okay, it's all done now. It's sad. We'll just move on. We won't worry about it too much. Now, I'm sure the families are grieving, and I'm sure the fans are grieving. All the appropriate people are upset. But some of the other people are just like, yeah, it was their time. They're younger people are here now. And I guess this is kind of what it feels like to get older. Like you look at the people coming up and you realize, crap, it's all about them now. It's not about the guy who wrote some of the greatest Motown songs ever. It's not about him. It's not about a drummer who added literal color and flavor to Three Dog Night. It's not about that. It's not about an actress who you brought into your home, via television, day after day, trapped in reruns all over the world. It's not about that. You know what it's about now? It's about just moving on to the next thing. It just is. People just don't have the attention span. That's why they tell me, hey, Dave, do short videos. Do a minute, because that's all people care about. Don't promote new bands at the beginning of your video like this R.I.P thing. Don't do it. People don't want to hear about it. Just get to the point and get over what you're doing, and then say goodbye, smile, say goodbye. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do here. I'm done. I think I made the point. None of this, could be what I think it might be, and it hopefully is not. I'm actually hoping that this is just all disconnected and we can just honor great musicians and move on. Great artists, great musicians, great actresses, and we have these great memories. And yeah, it's part of mortality, and mortality sucks. I'll be the first one to tell you that. All right, so I'm done with this video. Please subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications for videos. There's some chicanery going on with the algorithm, and I would appreciate your support via YouTube memberships and also on Patreon. You can do $1 a month over on Patreon, and I engage everybody all weekend long. I'm just like rapid fire on the phone trying to answer everybody. Again, it's kind of a good problem to have, but if I don't respond right away, it's not because I don't care about you. It's because, I might be out with the wife and hanging out with the kids or something, but, eventually I will get to your message. And I want to thank everybody for supporting me already. And as always, I will see you soon.